Hey guys, how's it going? It's AdamaSanguine and welcome back to the Haba. Today we're taking a look at Longfellow's cabin and some of the island as well. I also want to give a big thank you and a shout out to all my new subscribers and for those that have stuck by while I've been gone. Now, a lot of people with this island sometimes will go ahead and put in a gigantic settlement. With this, I wanted it to be something a bit more quaint with only a few structures. And now, with this, I don't think that Longfellow is the type of person that would want to have a bunch of people hanging out on this island. If he wants to associate or socialize with people, he'll generally go over to the bar itself, which is over on the actual docks. Now, one of the things that I thought was kind of odd with this structure is it's actually about 3 or 4 inches smaller on the foundation, or at least on the walls, and everything else tends to float in this. If you actually take a quick look at the workbench, it actually does float. There's a lot of different things that you can scrap out in here for your essential resources. We got some steel, we got a lot of wood, and different things like that. And also, while I've been gone, I've also done about 2 separate playthroughs and 3 other builds that I've since deleted. I decided not to post them on YouTube. So I've been keeping myself busy over the last few months. And I certainly, again, thank you for everybody that stuck by my channel. Now, inside his cabin here, there's a lot of stuff to break down and reuse, however you want to do that. I'm also using a couple of new lighting mods, so forgive me if some of this is a little bit blurry. I did forget to fast travel away and come back along. Now, something else that I did with this is I've actually got a place to live for X688 from the Institute. I've also got a place for Strong, believe it or not. I thought it would be nice to actually do something for Strong since I haven't done anything for him yet. We actually put a little bit of a nice little shack back here for him. Nice. Now, this is also a place where there is a lot of radiation that's either from the fog, or I always imagine, in my brain that there's actually maybe an underground fusion generator or something along those lines causing that radiation. You never know how cells connect, but, I'm sure it's all in fun. I'm sure that's not the case. But anyway, guys, hold that thought and we'll see how it turned out. I'm pretty happy with it. Now, the look that I was trying to go for with the scaffolding staircase is basically thinking of how I would decorate it in the vanilla for those that actually do it. And again, it also cut down on my pieces. I really like how this turned out. It's nothing too fancy, just things that we might have scavenged throughout the island or things that might have washed up on shore. So underneath on the bottom here, we have this refrigerator. Actually replaced the light bulb that was in there, so now it actually does light up with a little bit of ambiance. We got some Mentats refreshing beverage in here, and in the duffel bag we got some guns. Nice. Really love how that sunrise looks. Gorgeous. Now, at the top of it, it gets a little bit more fancy, at least as fancy as staircases go, or Scrappy walkways. So we did actually have some custom supports underneath this little staircase here. How do you like the table? I like that. I think I really like how that turned out. Yeah, just watch that first step. It's a doozy. Nice. Oh, and before I forget, how do you like the fence post holding up the back of that pallet? It was a quick fix, but it turned out nice. I noticed that pallet was actually floating on the back side, and she's like, what could I use to do it? And I thought that was nice and scrappy. Now, I did actually contemplate patching up all these original wooden walkways, but I need to cut down on my polygon use, because again, there's a lot of small decorations in here, and all these buildings are fairly close together. So in order to help with my stuttering, I did actually cut back. Now, how do you like the patches on the walls here? I wanted to keep it nice and scrappy. Really like how that turned out. And this is my cabin here along with our guard dog Missy. How you doing, girl? Nice. Now, another thing that I focused on was trying to keep everything connected for the most part. So you can go up one staircase, across another walkway, and onto another staircase and walkway, and pretty much do that all in the middle of the night. Now, I'm actually using a Darker Nights mod, and it gets pretty dark out here, and it was fairly easy to get around here. Now, this is where I keep the Brahmin milk for Strong, because as a joke I told him, you got to drink that Brahmin milk because that's part of the milk of human kindness. We do actually recycle all the bottle and use that glass throughout. This again is my cabin. Not much to it, still kind of scrappy, and I really like how the decorations turned out in here. And we do have a nice scrappy little bed here. Nice. Yeah, not a lot in here, but again, turned out really nice, not too fancy. Now I love the main deck here. We did do some landscape as well, and something I wanted to do for him is just kind of focus on, again, if I was going to hook up an old man, think about how you guys would actually help an elderly father or an elderly parent or an elderly grandparent, and just give them some nice things and make it look nice and give it a lot of function to it as well. We do actually have some rainwater that gets caught in these barrels, or at least stored in here, like that, how that turned out. We got a reinforced water pump, turned out really nice. Now I did actually show Longfellow how to actually farm and keep track of stuff, so he actually does farm some blight and some glowing mushrooms. Nice. We got a little bit of a fitness area here. We got another armor bench. I really like using the alternative. As you guys go back to Vanilla Sanctuary, you know how the armor bench is actually up against the little cinder blocks, and I thought that was quite nice. Thought that turned out. Now this is actually a little bit of a camp area, and X6 actually sat back here pretty much all the time before I assigned him to guard duty. So I'm really happy that how that turned out with little custom seats and everything. Yeah, looks pretty good. I like how that tree turned out as well, because in the night tour you guys will notice all these mushrooms that actually glow. Now here is a little bit of an alternative lighting source. I really liked, you guys have seen the candles inside the monitors, so I thought I would use the Children of Adam deco in there as well to light up. Still don't know what's in those bottles, and we probably don't want to know. Again, another Scrappy walkway here. Really like how that turned out. Again, everything is pretty much linked. You can get from one side of the hill to the other. Got a lot of pieces in here, a lot of alternative pieces. We got some junk walls, some shack pieces, and some shack walls all embedded into the ground there. Really like how this turned out. Now, I did actually do this based on an old-fashioned Davey video, no respawns video, just something that was an alternative way to show a turret stand. And pretty happy. We did actually get a couple of super mutants that attacked in here, and because of the hitbox they were actually able to destroy it, but that's okay. Now this, I am really happy with how this little guard tower turned out. I actually based this off of the ones that you find over in the Honest Hearts DLC from New Vegas, and again wanted to give it a little bit of that, with at the same time keep it in lore friendly with the Fire Harbor. And got a nice little area we can go down here and do some storage, and again some decorations on the back here as well. Really love those little buoys. Nice. And I finally got a chance to use the U.S. Forestry sign there. Haven't used that in quite some time. So again, maybe this at one time was a place where the Rangers would have come up through here. That would be Rangers as in Forestry Rangers, not Rangers as in the New California Republic. Yeah, I really love how this turned out. Now, because I added my own landscape, X6 did have a little bit of issue with pathing. Also, because these custom walls sat a bit high, I just sunk them down below. If you guys notice, I used the vanilla pre-made structure to get this started, just to get the form right. And once I sunk those walls down, he pathed just fine. Oh, and there goes Strong. Hey, buddy, what's going on, man? He actually is our scavenger for this island. And there goes Jezebel. She's actually our link back to the Commonwealth. Now, in the decoration here, you might notice the Islander's Almanac. Really happy that I was able to get that in. Had to go all the way back to Sanctuary. Thank goodness I kept everything together. But this tower itself actually offers 6 defense. So again, I was thinking about it if it was a pre-made structure already here, how we actually make that work, and I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Yeah, looks pretty good. Could have done a little bit better maybe, but you know, whatever. Now back here, this is actually Cuddles. Cuddles actually belongs to Strong. Decided to give him a dog back in his little shack back here, and he does actually love using the chemistry station over in Longfellow's cabin area, so I did actually give him his own. And we got a little fire pit sunk into the ground here to keep him warm at night. And I just tried to, again, make it scrappy, just did a lot of walking around just to see if I can make this as close to a vanilla structure as possible. So we got a lot of pieces in here. I think I only have like one modded piece in this whole entire thing, other than the fire barrels, of course. Nice. Yeah, now I did give him the meat bags. Got a big chair for him to sit on when he's actually watching the sunrise. And we got a look. Oh, there's a battle going on over there. I think that's Jezebel and Strong actually fighting with some of the jerk-offs over there. But anyway, yeah, we do actually just a little storage place for him. Everything's a little bit bigger for Strong because you guys know he goes big. Got a little cooking area for him as well. Getting a little bit of a... what is going on over there? That is a big fight. Wow. Anyway, but we'll go back through the radiation here. Again, Strong's immune to the radiation, so it's not going to bother him. Now we are coming up on the end of the day tour, guys, so thank you so much for those that stuck out this far. We'll take a look on the inside of Longfellow's cabin. And the outside of this was actually inspired by Sardeliak's Sunshine Titan co-op cabins, so thank you, Sar, for posting those videos. The inside of the outhouse, not really decorated, but I did give some napkins for alternative use here. Better than newspaper. Nice. And to make it easier for an elderly person to get up and out of their patio, I figured I would add this ramp in here for him. Even if he ends up in a wheelchair, if he makes it that far, at least he'll still be able to get in his own darn house. Better than that broken step in the vanilla. Nice. And we'll take a look on the inside here as well. Now, obviously, the outside still fairly scrappy, but on the inside, I wanted to make it a little bit fancy for him and keep it somewhat lore-friendly. So I just added the purple wallpaper in here for him. I figured that was still kind of manly. You know, it's better, was that or rose red, and I think the purple suits it better. Plus, at nighttime, that red is really gross. Remind me of something out of a horror movie. Food for thought. Kept his original storage bin for him, and just kept the original cabinets here as well. Again, was mostly about the decorations in here and reusing pieces. That table was a pain in the butt to figure out there. Lastly, guys, we'll go take a look at the inside of the workshop, and I'm really happy that I was able to fill it in. You'll see what I did here on the floor is I actually added the scaffolding pieces to even out the floor, and it was probably, again, sat down about 2 inches lower than the rest of this place. So yeah, anytime you guys place any decorations in this cabin, be aware that they're probably going to float and you're going to have to sink them down. This is X6's bed, by the way. He actually stays back here. Yeah, nice and even. Really happy again that I was able to keep that. Nice. Well, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up. I thank you so much for sticking by. I am AdamaSanguine, and I love you all. I'm out.
Chill in my bones that won't come out.
Seems to be growing well.
Out sleeping in the fog. We heading out?
We should get more ammunition soon. We'll never have enough.